I'm Michael.
And I'm Ariel.
And we're the Tysons. Thanks for checking out our channel. It's our very first ever YouTube video. We just thought that it would be easier to make a YouTube video to answer some of these Instagram questions. And YouTube has been something that I've been talking about for years and wanting to do, but also not wanting to do. And so we just decided that now is the time to do it. So I've got some Instagram questions from you guys and gonna ask those to Ariel, and we're gonna answer them together as we go. Ariel, first question we've got here is, how old are you?
I am 33, I think. Right?
Yep. And I'm 34. And so that's how old we are. Next question. Do you think this is our last baby?
I hope not.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I would love to have at least one or two or maybe a few more. We just take it one at a time. And I just don't feel like we're done yet.
Big one. Do you have a preference on if it's another boy number 6 or a girl?
I would love to have a daughter just because I would love to experience having a daughter and to have a little girl in our family. I would not be totally upset or anything by having a 6th boy. It would be amazing. It would add to our crew of boys. But I just, at some point, would love to experience a daughter too. But no, we have not been trying. We have not had 6 kids just to have a girl.
Yep. That wasn't the question, though, this time. But I think, especially Ariel, but I definitely want to have a girl as well. But I think that Ariel is rooting even a little bit more than I am that this is a girl. And so
I just want that mother-daughter relationship.
Yeah, which I understand.
I don't want a girl just for the pretty clothes and the pretty hair things. I just want that relationship.
Right. Yeah. You don't want a little doll to dress up. You want a little daughter to raise.
Yeah.
And I do too. I get that. But have you ever had gender disappointment having 5 boys so far?
I have, actually. My first 3, I expected to be boys, and I guess I just kind of knew they were boys. With my 4th, I had a little bit of disappointment when I first found out that he was a boy. And then with my 5th, I think I struggled even more. We did not find out with the 5th one that he was a boy until he was born. And so I think I struggled a little bit afterward, but I mean, now we wouldn't trade him for a daughter. We wouldn't want him to be anything else. But yeah, I understand gender disappointment. I think it's a very real thing. I think it's something that needs to be talked about.
Do you think that there were other things happening at around the same time? Like you had, I remember with Zion, we didn't find out what Zion was until he was born, just like this baby. And I remember him coming out and me grabbing him, and as soon as he came out, holding him and realizing he's a boy. And Ariel had already noticed that. And so I look up and hand him to her and say, it's another boy. Because Zion's pregnancy was definitely different than the first 4, for sure. Now, each pregnancy for her was slightly different, but Zion's was majorly like opposite in every way. And so I expected it to be a girl. I really did. And Ariel was trying to be, I don't know what the word would be, but reserved. And she thought that it was probably going to be a boy. But do you think that there were any other factors for you having that disappointment? I mean, obviously you love Zion just as much as any of our other boys, and you did even in that moment, but you did have some disappointment. Do you think maybe there were hormones or anything like that going on?
Maybe, but I also think that the more kids that we have that are boys, the less of a chance that I will be able to have a daughter one day. And so I think it's just because he was the fifth one. And I'm just like, maybe we don't make girls.
So unpack that a little bit, because a lot of people might be watching this and saying, no, that makes no sense. The more you have, the more likelihood it's going to be a girl. So unpack that a little bit. Like, why is that statistic true in your mind?
For me, I think it's true because the gender does come from the husband, from the male. and his family has a ton of boys, all just this whole line has a ton of boys. And so in my thought is maybe scientifically there is not a female sperm. I mean, I don't know, but that's just what I'm wondering, like if that is not something that we have, which if we don't, if that's not the case, that's fine. And there are, other things. You can fix this, right? So yeah, if that, I don't really know what else to say about that.
Okay, just kind of like finish up your thought.
Okay. So yeah, I just am wondering if scientifically we are able to even have a girl.
We are going to attempt, after the baby is here, to make a new schedule of putting out at least one video a week. And we're going to get better at it for sure. We're just learners, and this is our very first ever YouTube video. So we're figuring it out as we go. Thanks for checking it out.